What's going on, Workout Wednesday crew? This is Sekou Tyler, who will be working on week's 40 Workout Wednesday challenge. In this one, we will be making some updates to week 21 challenge by Spencer on field parameters. So if you don't know, if you haven't done this challenge, go back to it. It's a great one on field parameters. And field parameters were released in 2022, and there's just a lot of great stuff that we can do. But in this challenge, we're going to do a couple things and add to his existing report. So thanks, Spencer, for letting me use this, and let's get into it. So we go to our challenge. As you see here, the original challenge already has parameters set up for our unique fields. So we have segment, region, category, state, subcategory, and city already created. Now what we want to do is when you select on segment and region, it changes that and your parameters your dimensions are changed. But now what we want to do is we want to enhance this and add the actual measures as an option as well. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to go to modeling, and we're going to select new parameter, and we're going to say fields. And so the two fields that we want in here, and we want to call them, are measure parameters. And we want to bring in two measures. We're going to have one measure, which is margin percentage, and then we're going to have another measure, which is total sales, which I did not build. So let me go ahead and create this measure right quick. So come here, select new measure, call it total sales. Now I have the measures that I want. So now I have my margin percentage and total sales. I come in here and I go back to modeling, new parameter, select fields, and then I have my measure parameters. Come in here, select order, and we select margin percentage, and we select total sales. So now we come in here and select create. So now you see you have the option of the two slicers. So now let's go in here and select the slicer. We want to make sure that we have the same format. And so a quick tip that we can use is come in here and select format painter. And if we come in here and do the brush, now we have it in the same format. So now we're going to do a little bit of adjusting. We're going to adjust the size and height, shrink this down some. We're going to bring this to the same. We're going to bring this and modify the size. Modify the height. We can drag it around. See, we'll make it a little bit smaller. And now we have it side by side and what we want. So now we have not only we have our dimensions, but now we have two actual measures that we created. So now what we want to do is actually add them to the report itself. So if we come in here and select the report, instead of using the margin percentage, we come in here and we now use our new metric. And now we do the same thing for all of them. Select it, change it to margin percentage. And instead of this being margin percentage, this is measure parameters, not margin percentage. So now if we come in here, if we select total sales, this should now update for our total sales. So we also want to update our total sales as well. We want to change that to be a currency. Let's select the currency. And we do not want decimals, change that to 0. So now we have our currency and we have our values. So now we select margin percentage and total sales. And another thing in here that we can do is, let's say we want to add a table that has some conditional formatting. So there's a couple things you can do there. You can create some DAX, but this one I'm actually going to do just from the menu. Shout out to Guy in the Cube. I saw this solution on there and I was like, this is really cool. So we're going to show you how to use conditional formatting with our field parameters. So we're going to copy this, paste this. We're going to make this an actual table itself. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Come in here, instead of this being the line chart, we want this to be the metrics table. And we're going to change our order date because I actually want to see a little bit of that hierarchy. So now we have our margin percentage selected. If we come in here and go to cell elements, we see that we have the margin percentage selected. So what we can do is we change the background color, font color, data bar, so on and so forth. In this example, we're going to change our background color. And just to show you what it's doing, is looking at that margin percentage, and it's just doing your standard conditional formatting of lowest to highest value. Come in here, click OK. Let's say if we want to change the color, let's change it to purple. So if I'm feeling purple today, I actually want a light purple, change that. And then we're going to have a dark purple. Come in here and select OK. So now we have our conditional formatting. If you click drill down, you see the conditional formatting is working in the table. But also, if I come in here and select total sales, we see that is not reflected in total sales. So one thing to look out for is that you have to do it for every single measure in your field parameter. So we have to do the exact same thing in here. So we come in here, select cell elements, select the background color, change that to your highest and lowest value. You can do that as well. If you want to change the color, you go ahead and do that. But now you have conditional formatting, and now your report is not only changed with your metric, but if you select state, you will have your conditional formatting there as well. So great use case for using field parameters. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, SQL Sekou, and y'all have a great day.